My name is Walter Robinson, and I'm a journalism professor at Northeastern University. I teach a seminar in investigative reporting, which is an intensive, fun, rewarding experience for students in which we pick off issues of importance, targets of opportunity, issues that nobody else can get to, and we do investigative stories about these for the front page of the Boston Globe. Sometimes we actually do 2 or 3 investigative stories in a semester. Sometimes we do a much deeper look on one. It depends upon what we have. We have 14, 15 weeks to do the work, so we can't embark on a 2-year project. But there's plenty of stories, and we're up to, I think, about 20 page 1 stories now in 4 years that the students have done. Well, for graduate students, there are a lot of practical courses. I mean, mine is sort of probably the best sore thumb example of a course where students do real reporting and it appears on the front page of a major newspaper. But there are lots of courses that students take. They obviously want to get a grounding in the profession and the ethics and the history of the profession. They take enterprise writing and reporting courses, more magazine writing. There are lots of different options for graduate students here. Students who want to study journalism, whether it's undergraduates or graduates, want to get jobs in the field. They want to be journalists. They want to write. They want their stories to be noticed. They want to have impact. And Boston is a great city because there are so many opportunities in different media for students to work. When they come to Northeastern, they have the added advantage of a faculty that is deeply connected with many of the news organizations in the city. So we have co-op programs, we have internships, we have faculty members, myself included, who can help the best students get good jobs at good wages. And that's what it's about. And when the students come out of our program, they have substantially more news reporting and news writing experience than students that come out of any other graduate program that I know of, because we actually have them out there in a sort of boots on the ground situation where they're doing reporting all the time. I spent, more than 3 decades at the Globe. I started at the Globe as a Northeastern intern reporter. So I was in this very program back in the somewhere in the last century. And I had 17 jobs at the Globe. I covered the White House, I covered 4 presidential elections, I think I reported stories from 33 countries. I was overseas in the Middle East during the first Persian Gulf War, I was the city editor, I was a Metro editor, and for my last 6 or 7 years at the Globe, I ran the Spotlight team, the investigative unit. So when I came to Northeastern, I came here for the specific purpose. I wanted to teach, I wanted to work with students, but I wanted to teach investigative reporting. And instead of teaching them, here's how we did it, or here's how we do it in the newspaper business, it's more like, here's how you and I together are going to do it, and here's why we're going to do it, because it's important work. The public needs to be informed about these things. The government doesn't always, some people would say government doesn't often do its job. And our job is to be essentially the eyes and the ears of the public to make sure that government is held accountable. So we take on investigative projects because they're important, and not incidentally because they really help these students learn a lot about how to do good journalism. Northeastern, more than a decade ago, changed focus, and it once had quantity of students. Now it's all quality. The student body, I think, is only about half the size that it once was, and Northeastern is now among the most elite universities in the country, one of the most difficult universities to gain admission to, and that's because the quality of, I should say, the rest of the faculty is extraordinary. The city, what it offers and what the university offers in terms of coursework is great. Northeastern is internationalist in its focus on education, so students can take advantage of opportunities literally around the world to study. And it's become a magnet for students from all over the country. Well, as I said, we're, I think, at 19 or 20 Page One investigative projects for the Globe. And among the early ones were stories that exposed disability pension abuses in the Boston Fire Department. And that story led to a federal investigation and criminal indictments. We've done 2 different projects on the state probate and family court system about abuses of people who can't take care of themselves, who are kind of abused by the court system. Each of those resulted in reforms in the court system. So we've had a great record of doing important stories that have achieved results. Well, what I would say to anybody who wants to be a journalist, who wants good training, this is a great place to come because students here learn more on the ground, do more, have their names up in lights so they have bylines when they go looking for a job. We have a faculty that actively helps students who come through our program to get jobs. And it's Boston. I mean, it's a great city, there's great news organizations here, and right in the middle of it is this great university. Good reporters are always going to find jobs because good editors, and particularly when good editors have fewer resources, they're going to want to hire better reporters. We give them better reporters.